Good morning, everyone. Paul Ruppel here with Fox 29 News Now. Hope your Thursday's off to a great start. Had a little bit of a glitch, and we weren't streaming to you when we just brought you the Jussie Smollett news conference clean, without much information on screen. But we weren't really broadcasting, so we wanted to circle back and get you some of the news of the day that we have for you here at Fox 29. As I mentioned, that first story is going to be Chicago police have confirmed actor Jussie Smollett has been arrested on suspicion of filing a false police report. More than 3 weeks after the Empire Star claimed he was a victim of a hate crime, Smollett faces a felony charge of disorderly conduct. Police say the actor is in custody of detectives after surrendering to Chicago police. He's being held separately from other detainees, which is typical for high-profile detainees. Here was Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson talking about the arrest.
Who's been embraced by the city of Chicago, turn around and slap everyone in this city in the face by making these false claims. Bogus police reports cause real harm. They do harm to every legitimate victim who's in need of support by police and investigators, as well as the citizens of this city. Chicago hosts one of the largest pride parades in the world, and we're proud of that as a police department and also as a city. We do not, nor will we ever tolerate hate in our city, whether that hate is based on an individual's sexual orientation, race, or anything else. So I'm offended by what's happened, and I'm also angry. I love the city of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department, warts and all. But this publicity stunt was a scar that Chicago didn't earn and certainly didn't deserve. To make things worse, the accusations within this phony attack received national attention for weeks. Celebrities, news commentators, and even presidential candidates weighed in on something that was choreographed by an actor. First, Smollett attempted to gain attention by sending a false letter that relied on racial, homophobic, and political language. When that didn't work, Smollett paid $3,500 to stage this attack and drag Chicago's reputation through the mud in the process.
Again, that was Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson talking about the arrest of Jussie Smollett. Under Illinois law, filing a false police report is punishable by 1 to 3 years. This came after this arrest came after word that the suspects in this new surveillance video surfaced showing the brothers who were accused of carrying out the attack at Smollett's order. The surveillance video shows them buying items allegedly worn during the assault, including a red hat and face masks. Sources say they told police that Jussie paid them to carry out the attack. The brothers' attorney says they're innocent. Smollett's attorney also is claiming innocence and says they will fight the charges. We have more on this on our website, fox29news.com, and we'll continue to get you reports throughout the day. Any updates on the case? But again, police have arrested Jussie Smollett. Turned himself into police this morning. You see the 2 men who were accused of carrying out the attack. Police say he orchestrated the attack with them and then filed a false report about what had happened. Let's get you to this is a live incident. Let's get you breaking news right now. Skyfox is live over Interstate 95. Pennsylvania State Police say that there was a road rage shooting. This occurred around 10:55 this morning, so less than an hour ago. We're told the victims were traveling north on I-95 northbound in the area of the Allegheny Avenue off-ramp. A suspect motorist drove alongside the victim's vehicle, firing several shots at the victim's vehicle. The victims and suspect motorists fled the area of I-95 and onto the surface streets, according to police. You see investigators here presumably looking for evidence, looking for shell casings or bullets, anything they might be able to find related to this incident. This investigation is clearly ongoing. Any person with information regarding the incident is urged to contact Pennsylvania State Police, the Philadelphia station. Their criminal investigation unit is at 215-452-5216. Police are urging you to call without delay. Again, looks like we have a section of Interstate 95 northbound shut down right now as police, Pennsylvania State Police, and I'm assuming some assistance perhaps from the local Philadelphia Police Department, looking for evidence of a shooting, a road rage shooting, we're told, on the highway here. It looks like mostly state police vehicles, troopers. Looking for any evidence of a shooting, a road rage shooting that occurred around, we're being told it's approximately between 2100 hours and 2155 hours. Okay, so this occurred, the information is as of this morning, but the shooting occurred last night between 9 and 9:55 p.m. And again, the victims were traveling northbound on I-95 in the area of the Allegheny off-ramp. So we'll get you any updates that we have on that situation as soon as they come in. In other national news, the expansive Russia probe into President Trump may be wrapping up. Special counsel Robert Mueller is said to be finishing his work, with at least one report saying it could be done by next week. Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader joined Good Day Philadelphia this morning with the latest developments from Washington.
Well, here we go. Is it coming to an end? The expansive Russia probe into President Trump and our election from 2016.
It's been, what, 2 years?
It's been 2 years, as long as he's been in office, certainly.
But Special Counsel Robert Mueller is said to be finishing up, with at least one report saying it could be done by next week.
I know who would know.
Doug Luzader?
Yes.
But here's the interesting thing, Doug Luzader. Yeah. President Trump is going to be out of the country next week, so it's going to be interesting timing.
That's the thing. Yeah, the timing may be kind of weird here if, in fact, this is released next week. And look, the caveat is we've heard this before.
True.
So we'll see if, in fact, it's released next week. But the thing about it is we have a new Attorney General now in place, and that may make it more likely that Mueller is on the verge now of showing his cards.
What does Special Counsel Robert Mueller really know about President Trump and possible collusion with Russia? We could soon find out.
There have been reports that this is going to close out next week, and let's just be careful, because we've heard this before, and I will believe it when I see it.
And Mueller hasn't exactly been talking, so it's difficult to predict with any certainty. But what has changed? A new Attorney General is now in place, William Barr. He has the final authority to end the investigation, but it's also possible that Mueller was waiting for a new AG to make all of this final. And if the report does come out next week, it may happen while President Trump is in Vietnam to meet once again with North Korea's Kim Jong-un.
Should the Mueller report be released while you're abroad next week?
That'll be totally up to the new Attorney General. He's a tremendous man, a tremendous person who really respects this country and respects the Justice Department. So that'll be totally up to him.
There have certainly been indictments from the Mueller probe, including former campaign chairman Paul Manafort. But the issue at the heart of the probe, possible collusion with Russia, is still the great unknown. And so will Attorney General Barr release the full report once he gets it? He was asked about it during his confirmation hearing.
What I am saying is my objective and goal is to get as much as I can of the information to Congress and the public.
Now, the president has maintained over and over again that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Mueller, though, is also looking into whether the president may have obstructed the investigation. And Mike and Alex, it's entirely possible we'll be standing here, or I'll be standing here next week saying, yeah, maybe next week the report's going to come out. So
I don't know. With the
we'll
new
see.
AG, I think it may be coming. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hold you to that.
Thank you.
Well, we'll see. Thank you, Doug.
Bring it on, Zader. All right.
Zader reporting from Washington, D.C. with the latest on the Mueller probe there. Let's take one more quick look back at, looks like state police are opening up 95 again after investigating a road rage shooting incident that occurred last night on I-95 northbound between the hours of 9 and 9:55 p.m. We're told the victims were traveling north on I-95 in the area of the Allegheny Avenue off-ramp. Moments ago, we saw police out checking the highway, presumably for any evidence of that possible shooting, the reported road rage shooting. See Sky Fox over the scene right now. Or you did for a moment there. Let me check and see.
Chopper, you can go high power.
There we go. We've got the shot back. Police, again, are investigating this reported road rage shooting. During the course of the investigation, they just had the highway shut down. Looking at some traffic reports here. Told the victims and the suspect vehicle, the suspect motorist and the drove alongside the victim's vehicle, firing several shots at the victim's vehicle. The victims and the suspect motorist fled the area of I-95 onto the surface streets. The investigation is continuing here. You see Chopper getting some shots of the traffic getting back underway. We're told traffic was backing up a bit. It was stopped between, I believe it was Vine and Girard. And some traffic was backing up onto 676 Crosstown Expressway. But as you can see, traffic moving again in the area. We'll have a full report on what happened here on the Fox 29 News at 5, 6, 10, and 11 tonight. But again, a road rage shooting last night between 9 and 9:55 on I-95 North in the area of the Allegheny Avenue off-ramp. Police, Pennsylvania State Police were out investigating. Troopers searching for evidence, it seemed, a couple moments ago. But now traffic is moving again. In other national news, a Coast Guard lieutenant who also served in the Marines is expected in court today accused of domestic terrorism. The FBI and the Coast Guard investigators say Christopher Paul Hassan of Maryland had a hit list that included prominent Democrats and journalists, from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to New Jersey Senator Cory Booker to CNN's Don Lemon. Investigators seized more than a dozen weapons and 1,000 rounds of ammunition from Hassan's Silver Springs home in Maryland. Prosecutors say he was plotting a massive attack that was intended to, quote, establish a white homeland, end quote. More drama following Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's federal conviction. The jurors accusing at least 5 other jurors of following media coverage of the proceedings, violating the judge's instructions. The accuser told Vice News yesterday that the jurors checked Twitter and other media outlets for reports on the trial. Guzman's defense team later tweeted that the jurors claim, if true, make it clear that the client did not get a fair trial. Some say the report could prompt defense motions for a new trial. Here's a live look at the Benjamin Franklin Parkway in Philadelphia. Let's get you a look at your weather right now in our area. Much quieter day in the area. Now the snow and freezing precipitation has moved out of the way. I believe we picked up almost 3 inches of snow in the city. More in some places, a little less in others. Here's a look at the current conditions right now outside our studios on Market Street. We've warmed up a bit to 45. Dew point is 37. Winds out of the west at 12 miles per hour right now. Here's a look at ultimate Doppler. See a little bit of precipitation passing to our south, maybe a little bit of lake effect stuff up north, or lingering precipitation, but quiet in our area for the moment. For your current temperatures, 45 in Philadelphia, as we mentioned, 40s everywhere to the south and east. Got some lingering 30s up to the north and west. Your northeast U.S. temperatures, much of the eastern seaboard there, up in the 40s. Cooler up in New England, Hartford 34, Boston 37. Not seeing in the Great Lakes area temperatures as cool as we have recently. The purple and pink are missing from the radar here. But you'll find them again when we take the wider view of temperatures across the United States. Up in the northern plains, you see they're in the teens in Denver, Rapid City, Billings, and 11 in Minneapolis. Florida, your regular hotspot, 81 in Miami, 80 in Tampa. A little bit cooler in Houston at 52. The West Coast also cool. San Francisco 44, Portland 33. As far as our temperatures are concerned, we're much warmer than we were yesterday at this time. 18 degrees warmer in Philadelphia, 20 degrees warmer in Mount Pocono. So thermometer rising right now. Only Cape May picking up a single-digit gain at 9. Winds are, we've seen sustained winds to 22 in Mount Pocono, 13 in Allentown, 13 in Philadelphia, 12 in Atlantic City. Gusts right now, we've got some, 39 in Mount Pocono, pretty windy up there, 20 in Trenton, and 24 in Toms River. That's affecting your wind chill, making it feel a little more like the 30s in some places. But visibility not too bad. Most places. Lancaster still seeing some reduced visibility, same with Pottstown and Allentown, but mostly clear elsewhere. Let's take a look at your futurecast. See the rain moving out. There's a chance of some precipitation to our south Friday. And then the next rainmaker comes Saturday into Sunday. And it's out of our area by Sunday night. Here's your national setup. There you see that rain passing to our south. Tomorrow, your 7-day forecast from the Fox 29 Weather Authority. Sunny and milder today, 53 for a high, so 7 on our forecast by the numbers, much better than yesterday's 2 or 3 we had. 7 again for tomorrow, mostly sunny, high at 45. Saturday, rain moves in, 46 for a high. Sunday, rainy and windy, 60 for a high. Monday we'll get to 45, sunny and breezy, sunny and cool on Tuesday at 40. And Wednesday, your snow to rain. That's our next chance of wintry precipitation. High of 42 and a low of 29 right now. Let's get you a couple of local news stories. Our Steve Keeley was out on this story this morning. Developing out of Bucks County, a man is hit by 2 cars while crossing a road. He was killed. Now police need your help finding one of the vehicles. It's a story we first told you about yesterday. Steve Keeley reported from Ben Salem this morning with the latest.
I heard the bang. The guy came over the curb, through the telephone pole, bounced along the driveway here, and went through the sign, hit the sign there. And then I seen the guy in the street.
In the exact hour and at the exact spot where a 58-year-old man was hit and killed yesterday morning at 5:21, we watched as another man crossed dark and busy Street Road in Ben Salem again to go to the 7-Eleven right across the street from Village Square Apartments, just like yesterday's hit-and-run victim was doing. Today, the man not only ignored the traffic light that was not his way, but also all the signs here telling pedestrians not to cross here. In the hard-to-watch surveillance video from the Liberty gas station, you see the first car hit yesterday's victim, this silver Acura. It crashes into a utility pole, snaps it in two, and then goes on to crash into the gas station sign. You then see 2 drivers go up this gas station driveway and around before the dangling utility pole to drive around the man lying in the road. Still breathing, witness Nick Esposito told Fox 29 News. Then a second vehicle, this SUV, drives over him. Then a third vehicle drove over him. That third driver did stop, another woman. But the woman driving the second vehicle, this SUV, police say, pulled into the tobacco store next to the gas station, got out and screamed, made a phone call, but then took off. Police are hoping to find her and find any other witnesses, like those 2 other drivers that drove around the man between vehicles 1 and 2 hitting him. Had they stopped, maybe that second vehicle would never have hit the man. His sister, who came here to leave all the flowers on the spot where her brother died, said that her brother just turned 58 on Sunday, 3 days before he was killed here. In Ben Salem, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.
Thank you, Steve, for that report. Hopefully police get some information in that case and tips from anyone who might have seen what happened. New Jersey is a step closer to legalizing recreational marijuana. Political insiders say legislative leaders and Governor Murphy are starting to agree on a few points. Bill Anderson was live this morning at the New Jersey State House in Trenton with more.
They're getting very close, and they've been talking about this for years, but it appears that now they at least have hammered out all of the key sticking points, and now they have to work out the rest of the details. As you said, the political insiders say that they have agreed on the key issues of dispute, like how much to tax the marijuana and who will be on the oversight committees. They also, for the first time, have agreement from all the legislative leaders on the general concept of recreational marijuana legalization. And now, as they say, the devil is in the details. Who gets the licenses? Where will they open sites? And how do you address those who want the tax revenue but still have concerns about the negative impact of widely available marijuana? The advocates say that opponents need to think bigger and look at the big picture of legalization and the impact.
There's a great deal of taxation that's going to be realized when marijuana is legalized, but more importantly, there's going to be avoided costs. Avoided costs of incarceration, avoided costs of prosecution, avoided costs of all those costs that are associated with arresting 32,000 people a year are going to be avoided now.
Now, as you know, because we've been following this for quite some time, the biggest holdup before was that former Governor Christie wasn't going to sign any legislation even if it passed. So Governor Murphy is on board. They say they have an agreement, and we could see New Jersey become the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana in the very near future.
Thank you to Bill Anderson for that report. In Burlington County, 2 people are dead after a Jeep and pickup truck collided on West Hampton Street. This occurred in Pemberton during yesterday's storm. The people inside the Jeep didn't survive. The 2 people in the pickup will recover, we're told. New Jersey State Police say the truck's driver is not at fault. The investigation continues this morning after a 4-year-old boy was killed in his North Philadelphia home. We have some updates on this story. Police say the boy was killed when a glass framed photo fell from a wall at his family's Philadelphia home, spraying the room with shards that struck him in the abdomen. The accident occurred Wednesday afternoon. The boy's mother was home at the time. Authorities say the boy and his older sister were upstairs playing when the frame fell, though it's not clear why that happened. Family members took the boy to a hospital, but he died there a short time later. Further details on his injuries haven't been disclosed. The boy's name hasn't been released. No other injuries were reported during the accident. In Berks County, investigators are searching for an escaped inmate. Police say Hector Ruben Ortiz, Jr. never returned to the Berks County Jail last Thursday after being allowed out on work release. The 28-year-old works at Morgan Corporation in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. They say he's 6'1", about 190 pounds, and was last seen wearing a gray hoodie and gray pants with a diamond pattern on the pant legs. And in Montgomery County, Lansdale police are investigating a road rage incident after they say a driver pointed a gun at another person. Second road rage story today. It happened Saturday morning at the intersection of West 7th and Line Street in Lansdale Borough. Investigators say a man got out of his car to point a semi-automatic handgun at the victim before getting back into his car and driving off. No one was hurt, but police are releasing these images in hopes of catching the guy. His car is a black 2010-2012 Ford Taurus with tinted windows and a sunroof, police say. If you know anything, you're asked to call Lansdale Police. And lastly, the future of phones, or is it a tablet? Samsung unveiled its new foldable devices. How much you'll have to shell out to get one? Fox Business Network's Tracy Carrasco has this report.
All right, so let's talk about this phone. Samsung is really up in their game. It's a phone that folds.
This could change the cell phone game forever, Tracy. It's pretty cool.
Yes. This is pretty cool. This is called the Samsung Galaxy Fold. And essentially, when it's folded up, it's like a regular smartphone with a 4.6-inch screen. You open it up, and then it's a tablet with a 7.3-inch display. So this phone, I think, is going to be great for multitaskers because it allows you to use 3 apps at once. And there's a continuity system that will allow you to use those apps, whether you open it up to the tablet and then close to the regular smartphone. So it'll allow you to jump back and forth between the 2 modes. It's got a triple camera system for both the tablet and the smartphone modes. Okay. It's got 2 batteries, a lot of memory, comes in 4 colors. I've got to tell you how much it costs, though, because it's almost $2,000. Starting price tag, $1,980. So this is very pricey, but it's like 2 devices in one. You don't have to carry around a tablet and a smartphone. You've just got it in one. I think that's what they're going for here with this.
All right. Did anybody at Apple poop their pants when they saw this? I mean,
I'm not sure.
Well, there's rumors that Apple's going to come out with one. They're just not as fast, apparently, as Samsung. But
they want to see how this one does, if it's well received. I think maybe before they come out with their own. I don't know.
And when it folds, like, will there be a line or a crack, like, right in the middle there when you're trying to do stuff on the tablet side of it? Because how does it fold?
It doesn't. I saw some video of it. It doesn't look like there's really a line. So it doesn't look like it's 2 separate.
No, I could see where they could do that.
Devices.
The crack would only be
underneath. They have some very
underneath.
special hinges.
Like the crack would be here, so, but the screen would still be solid across the front.
But it has to fold still. How does it fold without bending or having a crease?
It's got to be some kind of bendable screen.
Wow. Well, Mike, I'm sure you'll be getting it, so tell me how it goes.
I'll let you
April
know.
26th is when it's officially available.
Okay.
That is around my birthday, though, I'm just saying.
Is it 27?
No, if it's
your
not my birthday.
What
You
is
don't
it?
remember my birthday?
23rd? 24th.
No.
It's 24th. April 24th.
It took him 3 tries, Tracy.
It's 24th, right?
Yeah. Oh, you don't know?
No,
I'm not confirming then.
I've got it tattooed right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Trace, we'll see you tomorrow.
It is the 24th.
24th, thank you.
Third time's a charm, I guess.
Yeah,
You know when your birthday is? July 3rd. I remember. See?
That's very easy. You're living in the birthplace of America. It's July 3rd. 7:20, but thanks for remembering. Jussie Smollett is now in.
I'll tell you what, I was oohing and ahhing at that phone right up until I heard the price tag. Sounds like an interesting product. As Alex suggested there, the neat product, being able to run 3 apps. That's somebody who a multitasker's dream, and it looked like the display looked pretty sharp from just the video that we had available there. Let's get you just a quick update on our top story that we brought you at the top of the newscast. This is Jussie Smollett, the actor from Fox's Empire. He's in police custody now, turned himself in. According to police, he staged a racist and homophobic attack because he was unhappy about his salary and wanted to promote his career. That's according to Chicago's police superintendent, who spoke at the news conference earlier today. Showed you some video of that. Here's some file video of the suspects. Before the attack, Smollett also sent a threatening letter that targeted himself in the studio in Chicago where Empire is shot, according to the police superintendent. He turned himself in and was arrested Thursday to face accusations that he filed a false police report when he told authorities he was attacked in Chicago by 2 men who hurled racist and anti-gay slurs and looped a rope around his neck, police said. Again, he is facing a count of disorderly conduct related to making a false report to police. He is in custody. We'll have the latest for you on the Fox 29 News at 5 and 6 tonight, 5, 6, 10, and 11. And we have details on our website and additional information as it comes in today. We will bring that to you as soon as possible. Here is the Benjamin Franklin Parkway. I want to thank you very much for joining us today. Fox 29 News Now. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. We will not be with you tomorrow, but we'll be back on Monday, as we are most weekdays, from after Good Day Philadelphia at 10 a.m. Thank you again for watching, and have a great weekend.